أولى ثانوي. فرصة جديدة وحلم جديد وهنعديها بالتأكيد، وهنعديها بالتأكيد. أولى ثانوي.
Dear secondary stage students, year 1, welcome to our English program and welcome to our channel Madrasetna 3 under the supervision of the Ministry of Education. أعزائي طلبة وطالبات الصف الأول الثانوي، أهلا ومرحبا بكم حلقة جديدة وقناتكم مدرستنا 3 تحت إشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Today we are going to continue studying Unit 6. It's part 2. We are going to read together the poem, The Gardener. It's a very interesting poem, so let's start together. So our objectives for this lesson is to use the new vocab which will meet in the poem, and we are going to identify rhyming words. You remember the word rhyme? We have studied the word rhyme and the word rhythm, so we are going to see in the poem the rhyming words. Can you tell me how much time do you spend reading? Do you like reading? Do you spend much time reading stories or novels or drama? What kind of books do you enjoy reading? Do you like to read poetry or adventure story or historic books or religious books? What kind of books do you like to read? Now let's remember our great writer Robert Louis Stevenson. What do you know about him? Do you remember we have read the biography of Robert Louis Stevenson? Do you remember what he wrote? Robert Louis Stevenson wrote poems and he wrote novels. He wrote, of course, The Gardener, the poem which we are going to study today. And he wrote, do you remember the novels which he had written? He wrote The Kidnapped, Treasure Island, the story which we study this year, and he wrote also A Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and he wrote another poem called Bed in Summer. And in this poem he was affected by his bad health. He wrote about his own experience when he was young and his health was bad and he couldn't go to school. Let's start with the definition of some words which we will meet in this poem. The word hay. As you see here in the picture, the word hay means dried grass. As you see here, the horse is eating the hay. So the hay is the dried grass that people use to feed animals. It's either put like a bed for animals to stay on, or it's mixed with other kinds of food to feed animals. So hay is dried grass. What about the word plot? As you see here in the picture, plot is a piece of land. It's a piece of land. But we are going to study more about this word because it has many different other meanings. But in our poem, it comes with the meaning of a piece of land. So a plot means a piece of land for growing plants. Here we see some farmers dig in their field. So what is the word dig? To dig means to break up and move the earth with your hands or with a machine. Do you remember the word spade? We have taken in our story the word spade, and we said that spade is a tool by which we dig into the ground. So here in the picture we find some people using spades to dig. What's it to dig? Means to break up and move the earth. What about the word gravel? Gravel, as you see in the picture, it means small stones used to make a surface for paths. So when we wanted to pave the streets, we use this type of small stones. So gravel means small stone, and this word is uncountable noun, gravel, small stones. What about currant? Currant row. We have this expression in our poem. Currant is a kind of fruit which looks like grapes. It's a small fruit which comes in different colors and it looks like grapes. So current row, when we say current row, means we have a line of this plant that have small fruits. So what is a currant? The currant means small fruit, which looks like grapes, as you see in the picture. What about the word lock? The word lock is not new for you. The word lock means to close with a key, like you see here in the picture. So we can say the lock itself means the device by which we close, or it can be a verb. We close, we lock means we close. So you can say, I locked the mobile, I locked the safe, I locked the door, means I closed it with a key. We have the word barrow. As you see here in the picture, the word barrow, it means a two-wheeled hand cart, a cart which is pushed by hand. So it's a two-wheeled cart. It's a cart which has two wheels, which the gardener uses to carry his things from the garden. So what is a barrow? As you see in the picture, it's a cart, it's a small cart, it has two wheels, and it is pushed by hand, and it is used especially by the gardener. And many other people, the builder can put his material in this cart also, but here in our poem, it's used for the gardener. Now let's read together our poem, The Gardener. Who is the poet? Who is the writer of this poem? It's Robert Louis Stevenson. Let's read together The Gardener. The gardener doesn't love to talk. He makes me keep the gravel walk. And when he puts his tools away, he locks the door and takes the key. Here we find the rhyme. Do you remember the rhyme? The rhyme when two lines end with the same sound. So here we have talk and walk. There is a rhyme between the word talk and walk. They end with the same sound. And also there is a rhyme between the word away and key. So here we have rhyme between these words. The gardener doesn't love to talk. He's very busy. He doesn't love to talk. He makes me keep the gravel walk. He makes me walk only on the gravel. So I cannot walk in any place in the garden. I must walk only on this path, on this route. And when he puts his tools away, he locks the door. He locks the door. He closes the door. When he finishes his work, he closes the door and takes the key. So no one can enter the garden without his permission. Away behind the current row, where no one else but cook may go. Again, here we have rhyme between the word row and go. So we have the same sound. Far in the plot, I see him dig, old and serious, brown and big. Again, here we find the rhyme between the word dig and big. The word dig and big rhyme. So away behind the current row, we said that the current row means a kind of fruit. Behind these lines of fruit, no one else but the cook may go. No one can go to this place, only the cook can go. No one is allowed to go except for the cook. Far in the plot, far in the land, far in the field, far in the garden, I see him dig. Dig here means he grow the flowers, he plants the flowers. So he digs the flowers which have different colors, and he describes the gardener himself. Old, he is very old, he is serious, he is concentrating or focusing on his work, so he is very serious, he doesn't want to talk or to waste his time. He's brown because he works in the rays of the sun, so he becomes brown, his skin became brown, and big. So he describes the gardener, that he is serious, that he is working hard, and he doesn't love to talk. He digs the flowers green, red, and blue, nor wishes to be spoken to. Again, we have the rhyme between blue and to. He digs the flowers and cuts the hay and never seems to want to play. again we have hay and the play. We have rhyme between the word hay and the word play. So in all the poem, as you have seen, we have rhyme, two lines end with the same sound. Again, we have known what is the writer wanted to tell us. He wants to tell us that the gardener is busy. He doesn't want to waste his time. He's always serious. The sun has made his skin very brown. And the writer or the poet wants to play with the gardener. He wants to have fun with him. But the writer doesn't want to do that because he is serious. Now, what is the meaning of keep the gravel walk? What's to keep the gravel walk? Means to stay on the path through the garden. So when the writer or the poet said that he makes me keep the gravel walk, it means that he doesn't allow me to walk anywhere else except for this route, this place, which is made by gravel. Now we are going to match the sentences. Small stone. Small stone, as we have seen, means gravel. So we can say gravel, we can match the word gravel to the word small stones. What about dried grass used to feed animals? Which one can we match with? What is the dried grass? Yes, of course, it's the hay. So the hay means the dried grass. The hay means the dried grass. Small piece of land for growing plants. Small piece of land for growing plants. This is called a plot. We have seen that the plot means a piece of land. Break up and remove earth with your hands. What is to break up the earth and remove it with your hands or with a spade? It means to dig. So we have the word dig. So here are some of the important words which appeared in our poem. The word hay, the word dig, the word gravel, and the word plot. Now can you match the words with the answer of, okay, we can say that the speaker in the poem is. What is the job of the speaker? Or what do you think, what do you feel he is? He is a gardener, he's a farmer, he's a child. The one who tells us this poem. He said the gardener doesn't love to talk. So is he a gardener? Of course not. He said that the gardener doesn't talk with him, doesn't want to play with him. So is he a gardener? Is he a farmer? Or is he a child? Of course he is a child. Let's have another question. In the garden, the speaker should do what? He should do what he likes. He is free to do what he likes. Follow some rules. He should follow some rules. In the garden, anyone goes to this garden should follow some rules. Or cut flowers. Everyone go to the garden should cut flowers. Of course not. No one is allowed to cut flowers in the garden. So we can say that he follow rules. We can say that in the garden, the speaker should follow some rules because he cannot walk in any place. He can only walk on the gravel. So he said the gardener doesn't love to talk. He makes me keep the gravel walk. Means he allows me only to walk on this place. So he should follow some rules. The gardener doesn't like to talk because. Why do you think the gardener doesn't love to talk? Because he is unfriendly, because he is busy, or because he is ill. Of course, we have seen that the gardener is serious and he is busy, he is working hard. So because he is busy, he doesn't love to talk because he didn't have time to waste. He's very busy. The speaker wants the gardener to. The speaker, the child in this poem, wants the gardener to work, to eat, or to play. Yes, we said that he said neither wishes he to spoken to, means that he wants to speak with him, he wants to play with him, so he wants to play with the gardener. Do you think the speaker likes the gardener or not? The poet in this poem likes the gardener or not? Does he like his way or not? Of course, he doesn't like his way because he is criticizing him, he is blaming him, he wants him to play and talk with him, so he doesn't like that. No, I don't think he likes the gardener because he makes him follow the rules and never wants to play. Of course, this question can be answered in another way. We can say that he likes the gardener because he wants to play with him. So you can either say, yes, he likes the gardener because he wants to play with him. And you can say, no, he doesn't like his attitude because he doesn't like to play with him. The gardener refused to talk, refused to play, so he doesn't like this way. What time of the year do you think the gardener is the busiest? Here in the poem, we find that the gardener is very busy and he is working hard. So what do you think this season is? Which season is the gardener busiest? In which season is the gardener busiest? Of course, the gardener is busy in the summer because in the summer he works hard, he grows flowers, and he has a lot of work. But in winter, the gardener doesn't have any or a lot of work to do. So I think he is very busy during the summer because it's time for him to plant a lot of trees. And of course, this poem has another part which talks about the winter. Here we talk about the part which talks about summer, and there is another part of the poem which talks about winter. And I think in this poem, the writer symbolizes the part of the summer of the young age. When we are young, we have time to work, we are busy, and we wanted to do a lot of work. So the writer here advises us to work hard and to achieve our ambitions, but not to forget to have time for fun. We must also have time for our fun. So, do you think the gardener does an important job? Of course, the gardener does an important job because he keeps the garden clean and beautiful. So, in this unit, we have read the poem together. We have studied the new vocab. We are going to study more of the difficult vocab or the words which are similar, but we are going to do that on the mirror board. Let's go together. Do you remember the word plot? We have taken this word, it means a piece of land. But the word plot can be a verb. Here it's a noun. Here the word plot is a noun. And it can be a verb. What does it mean to plot as a verb? It means to conspire against. What's to conspire against? Means to make a plan against a person. To make a secret plan against someone. To plot against him means to make a trick or a plan against a person, to conspire against him. And again, it can be a noun. A plot means a conspiracy against a person. So it can be a noun, which means a piece of land, and it can be a verb, means to make a plan against a person. It can also be, plot can be also the peak or the most important thing in drama. So what is the plot of the film? What is the plot of the play? It means the most important part of it, the most important part. Or the problem, the most important thing, or the problem which the play or the film or the story will be around. So here we have three different meanings of the word plot. What about the word hope? Of course, we know the word hope. It's a verb or a noun, means to wish or to want something. I hope to be a doctor means I want or I wish to be a doctor. Okay, what about the word hop? Hop. So this is hope and this is hop. What is to hop? Means to jump. So we can, the captain can say hop. Hop means jump, jump. So hop is different from hope. There is a difference here. So be careful about the usage of hope and hop. Again, we have the word current. We have the word current and the word current. See the difference? Here with E and here with the letter A. Current means going on. So we can say the current events. The current events means the events which are going nowadays. But current is a kind of fruit, small fruits, as we have seen in our poem. So current with A is a kind of fruit, but current with E is an adjective. It means the current events. So be careful about the difference. As we have seen, we studied The Gardener. It's a very interesting poem. I want you to study it and study the vocab in it and to try to answer many questions on this unit because it's very important. Differentiate between the word rhyme and rhythm, between the word hijack and the word kidnap, between many words which we have studied today. Some of the prepositions, some of the collocations or the synonym and antonyms, and answer a lot of questions because practice makes perfect, as you know. Until we meet again next time, wish you best of luck. Goodbye.
أولى ثانوي فرصة جديدة وحلم جديد وهنعديها بالتأكيد.